What are the current methods of detection that are used in, let's say, Western countries such as Sweden?
Yeah, I mean, basically it's either screening, which means that the woman has no symptoms, or it's referrals, because a woman has a symptom and goes to the GP or vårdcentral, or a surgeon or gynecologist, or some kind of doctor that is not a radiologist, and then tells about the symptoms, and we get a referral from that doctor. And that's about half of the cancers are detected that way, that they become symptomatic. And the symptom is most of the time a lump. Could also be discharge from the nipple that is bloody or clear fluid, and some other symptoms basically. And the other 50%, they are detected through the screening program. I think it's about 70-75% of women that attend screening in Sweden, and they are invited every 2 years between the age of 40 and 74, and about 70% of their breast cancer is detected at screening, and 30% is not. So even if you attend screening, you have 30% of the cancer is not detected at screening. So that's something that could be improved, and it's kind of the limit of the method that we use, the screening mammography. It is very good. It has improved like the survival, decreased the mortality, but still it's like we miss 30%. It's not it, and it sometimes it can be that people are human and you miss something that you shouldn't have missed because of some distraction or something. Sometimes there is just a subtle sign in the image that you couldn't really categorize it as something you missed, because it's only in hindsight that you would say, yeah, that was the cancer, because now you know where it's located, and then you can kind of distinguish those signs in the previous image. And then there are the cases where there is nothing. Even if you know where it is now, when you look back on the previous image, there is nothing. There's like no sign of it. So those 30% are like, of these different categories. And sometimes when you say, there is no sign of it in the previous image, sometimes you feel certain that it's like there is nothing, because it's mainly fat in the breast, and the tumor is like have higher density than fat, so it has a high contrast to fat cancer in the breast. But if you look at the same spot in the previous image and you see a lot of denser tissue with higher density, like the fibroglandular tissue, the tissue that is the connective tissue of the breast, and also the epithelial or glandular tissue that is potentially milk producing and transporting milk and so on, that type of tissue has a similar density to tumor. So if you have a lot of that dense tissue in the area, you might not see this tumor in the previous image, but it could still be there in the breast in a size that could have been detectable, but it's just not, the X-ray doesn't allow the delineation, because there is no contrast compared to the surrounding tissue.